I'm AbbyX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Did I say love stream by accident? Oh, I'm AbbyX Toycat, and welcome stream on the internet. Did I say love stream by accident? Say love stream by accident. Welcome back to me, literally just mining my end. There's a lot of Minecraft that's fun to play, but it takes a long time, and you don't see it on YouTube very often. But today, you and a small group of other people will get to see precisely that. Yeah, there's this interesting effect. I'm really curious. I'm like an analytics guy, and mining the end streams are like, as far as the doing dumb tasks in Minecraft kind of genre of my channel goes, they're usually the ones that people like the least. And you know, as a result, you are. Oh, I'm using the enchantment table for something that is clearly an anvil job. But yeah, I find that interesting. Maybe you do too, or maybe you just like the. Wait, is this? This is efficiency. Yeah, we're upgrading it. I want to always make sure we're actually upgrading pickaxes rather than just kind of keeping them around. But today, I'm going to be... okay, so now we take another efficiency-free pickaxe, and then we combine that together with the brand new one. And look what we'll have ourselves. If I'm not mistaken... Oh, God. We have ourselves an efficiency 4 diamond pickaxe, because obviously my netherite pickaxe is a little bit shot right now, but that's okay. So I've got myself some shulker boxes. I've got myself some new diamond pickaxes that I'm always repairing and improving. And I'm going to fly to the end, and I'm going to mine it. It's going to be crazy. Is this the April Fool's joke? Oh no, I said all of that in my... Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. This is the thing about streaming. This is why when I rush things, it goes terribly. Like, this one, I'm always like, why am I doing this test? Everyone's like yelling at me. Like, just go. Don't worry about it. Just go. And I try to instill that attitude in myself. And when I do, things do not go well. Ooh. Yeah, my internet has not been good this evening. Let me work out why. Am I uploading a video? Most likely not. Oh, and the stream's just stabilized. No, and it's bad again. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terrible. I'm sorry for this. Yeah, so, the issues.
Hello again, good sir. I can't wait till we see mining my infinite world in 17 years.
I'm sorry about the... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to take some drastic steps in this one. Like, I don't know, just crazy low bit rates. We can make the quality suck, but we can at least make it consistent. I think. Yeah, what is efficiency form? So, my long way finally came. Thank you for being one of the 647 people in the world lucky enough to own a longboy. 657? It says the number on it. I should really look at it, honestly. But, yeah, how are you doing, internet? Are you doing good? I'm doing great. I uploaded the video, and so I recorded the video at like 8, and I was like, okay, edit in 20, upload, and just every phase took a little bit too long. Like, it's, for some reason the upload just got slow, and I should have realized, again, dumb toy cat here, needs to get better at his job, but, should have realized that, it was the internet having some issues. I don't know why that is. I don't know, honestly. Internet is the bane of, like, sometimes people question, like, why would you ever, like, pay, you know, like, for instance, there's business lines we get guaranteed download and upload, and people question, like, why would you when a normal one's good enough? I think this is one of those few things that makes me go, yeah, actually, this is, like, a big issue. Okay, so we're gonna jump in the end, and then we're gonna up the bitrate a tiny bit, and we're gonna see if we can, at least get, like, vaguely watchable quality for now. So, why am I never here for the slap bang start of a stream, says Georgia Ann. The funny thing about streams, apparently, like, this is the wacky thing. Some people tell me they get notifications, like, for every stream, like, 30 minutes before they start. And some people say, like, well, I have everything turned on but YouTube just doesn't tell me. Like, this is the funny thing about notifications. As best I can tell, it's one of those, YouTube does it differently for every person depending on a variety of features. So I'm sorry you don't get the notifications. Perhaps you should consider subscribing with those notifications when the lag is bigger than salmon. What does efficiency 4 mean to you? It means the 4th level of efficiency. Do you see that, by the way? These end acids just appear and then disappear. That's such a weird basis. They are ghosts. They are such bizarre ghosts. If you talk about what you did last stream about my earphones, my mum will ban me, says Moogie M. I don't think your mother should ban you for learning about a very normal part of the of a human being's body. Did you know 50% of humans do have a chest? Wait, 100% of humans have a chest. And probably less than 50% once you can... You know what? Whatever. You know what? 40% of the population needs to know. Is his voice not synced with his mouth for anyone else? I've let too many problems build up. Now I just want to... Okay, let's 720p it. Oh, okay, so now we're back at 720p. We go down to 30 FPS again. And everything's better now. I hope. Yeah, this looks synced up to me. I think that's such garbage. Like, what is your problem? 5 megapixel enhanced screenshot. Oh, we broke the green screen though. How did the green screen break? How did it get so wrong? If I like go back maybe. I think it's just gotta like re-expose itself, right? Auto white balance. Yeah, that's what it is. The white balance does not like itself. Yeah, weird lighting. No, it's good white balance. See, there's one of the funny things about me is like on YouTube, people always say dumb stuff like you need to be an audio engineer and you need to be a video technician and you need to be, you know, a personable human being and you need to be good at, you know, like research or whatever else you're doing for your videos. I guess not research if you just make fake videos, right? But I think it's like I've always been like against that idea, but like my lack of like video skills, again, the fact that like getting a camera to work is like has been a big pain that it just hasn't worked for me. I think you do sometimes realize like yeah that. Also the fact that when I have microphone issues when I travel that like just refuse to go away correctly. How do you feel about your audience being mainly children, says Sean McLean? Did you know every single member... No, this is one of those common things. I do not doubt that there is some significant minority. But for some reason, like, a lot of people who are, like, adults but barely who watch my channel assume everyone who watches my channel is a child. And it's like, you know, not only do the stats not show that, but, like, if you look around, you'll see it's not true. I guess you could use a really broad definition of children and say, like... I sometimes... Like, I feel like as I'm going through my 20s... The times where I feel like a child is going down. But every now and then I have moments like that still. Like, I was deep frying today, and I got oil everywhere, and I just like freaked out, and I was like, help me, someone please. And so, you know, I think you can use I think depending on the context, you can use a definition of child that's more broad than society uses, and you... Oh god, and you're probably not incorrect. A high percentage of people here actually have children, says Chantal. You know, children can have children. Who's telling them not to? Also, Jacqueline Smith says, I'm a fully grown adult. Aha, that's exactly what children would say if you asked them that. I have now concluded you're a child. Toycat, you're supposed to air fry when you're in your 20s, not deep frying. Okay, what is it? Okay, first of all, by the way, thank you, Spencer off paying the Toycat tax. Appreciate you a lot. Also, sorry you're having a bad day. I will indeed get better. Thank you for the Toycat big fishes. Hire the Enderman to mine the end for you. Enderman can't pick up endstone, right? I don't know why. I think if they could pick up endstone, they'd make the nether, the end, whatever we're in, more beautiful rather than less beautiful. But maybe I'm just wrong on that one. I'm 20, am I a child, says Mario A. Roach. I mean, tell me if you think I'm wrong, but you probably feel like, I feel like 18 is a good, again, I think that using an age is dumb, like, again, I think there are definitely some 18-year-olds who are entirely children. I think, like, using an age to define child versus not is a bad thing because, like, I think, like, if you have to raise, you know, I've heard of some people, like, raising their siblings or having to work as a teenager, that will age you much faster than turning 18 and drinking a giant green bottle of orange cocktail will. Gonna need a lot more of that to handle these internet issues. I set my I set the stream quality so low, and we're still going through some lag issues. Funcat1, I died my first sign today. You know, congratulations, Jackie Ann, for your first died sign. You know, I wish I'd ask people to show me their first died sign. I think that's the sort of thing I'd enjoy. That's like a type of progress I can get on board with. But yeah, 13's no longer a child, but a teen, says Miss Pat. See, there's another thing, right? Like, I definitely think that, like, yeah, children has so many definitions depending on when you use it. Like, if you subscribe to, like, yeah, there's teenagers which are not children, they're, like, kind of halfway between children and adults. It's like, I don't know of any channel that isn't making Spider-Man Elsa videos or, you know, those weird videos on that side of YouTube. I don't know if there's any channel that has, like, a child majority. Actually, I have a YouTube, let's call him a coworker, in the sense that he's a YouTuber, and so am I, who, like, works on that end of YouTube. I find it fascinating, personally. Like, I mean, like, again, people do what they do, and that's cool. Yo, maturity isn't based on age, but based on how you act, says Ethan Shields. Yeah, I don't like talking about this too much, because you inevitably end up agreeing with the people, like, you end up into the whole, like, age is just a number thing, and it's like, well, so is a prison sentence, but, like, yeah, I think maturity is definitely something that changes a lot person to person, in a way that age itself doesn't convey. Like, in an ideal world, we wouldn't have age limits on things like buying alcohol. We'd be like, you need to be, like, mature enough to handle what's going to happen next. Same with, like, I don't know, the military or something. Always forget that people under 17 exist, says Mega N. It used to blow my mind when I was in school every year that, like, the people who were so young, you know, when I was in year 2, the year 1s, when I became a year 3, the year 1s became the year 2s. And I was like, oh my god, they're so young. How can they... And then I remember, like, the same thing kept happening every year. Like, I remember how crazy young the people in year 1 were when I was in year 4, but I left and I was like, they're year 2s now. Those insanely young people, but like when you're that age, you're like, yeah, this is just normal. I think that's the whole, like, bias of you don't see yourself growing and aging, right? You see yourself as an absolute being, but you're definitely changing all the time. There's no question about it. There's no question about it. So yeah, I know that's at least that's my take on this. So you sounded more British in your first Minecraft video, says Mega Stuff. Yeah, you've said a comment like that a few times. I think my accent has slowly faded on YouTube, and I don't honestly. I would argue I mostly don't have an accent anyway. Like I definitely have something, but it's mostly gone. And as YouTube's gone on, my accent has faded more and more and more. But of course, sometimes my natural accent comes out anyway, and y'all just can't stop it. When you see year 7s in their giant uniform when you're in year 9, says Laura Shoesmith. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, I remember when I was in year 4, yeah, you know, I don't wanna give away all my secrets. But when I was in middle school, as the Americans say, I remember there was a, also just gonna donate you to tell you to sprint using L3. Gonna donate to tell you to sprint using L3. I much prefer double tapping. I think, like, I like being able to sprint and also change perspective, like, same thing. Like, some people get messed up by that and they change perspective instead of sprinting. But that hasn't been like that for me for a very long time. Is the ocean a soup? Please answer with logic, IBX2Cat, says Patrick K. The ocean is a very diluted soup. But then if you're going to count the ocean as a diluted soup, because there's no... Like, here's the thing, like, if there's no minimum dilution for a soup, Mr. Patrick K, then I would argue all water is a soup. This water has ice cubes in it, which is a form of water. Is it a soup? Okay, no, definitely not. However, water has calcium in there. It has micro little bugs and whatever else, you know? There are lots of things that aren't water inside of the water. Does that make water a soup? No. Does it kind of make water a soup? Yes. You better believe it does. I need to quickly check something. Okay, I'm gonna make sure the video went out okay and everyone's like seeing it and there's no like terrible stuff in. Yeah, okay, there we go. It's good. People are enjoying it. How delightful. So anyway, how hard is your water? Rate from 1 to 10, says Crusader Kenobi. I live in an area of like 9 hard water, and I'm moving to an area of 10.
Salmon. I hope they help. Also, I can tell you from experience that the orange cocktail you are drinking straight from the bottle will not help you manage anything, including walking straight.
It's only I actually
I am an absolute being. I have never had a house fire.
Hey, Ollie, my man. Congratulations for not having a house fire. Honestly, why is it that when people have not bad things happen to them, we go, oh yeah, good job. Or we don't say that. We just go like, oh yeah, good. It's like, no, congratulations. Bad things that happen to people are always their fault. And so, when a bad thing didn't happen to you, that's because you took initiative and subscribed to IBX Toycat. Yeah, this is Toycat's next level ideology right here. What if bad things happen to you, you actually secretly deserve them? new terror. I think that's actually like how a lot of people internalize bad things, right? I think there's something really interesting about it actually. I'm being funny and I'm joking and we're having a lot of fun. Oh, first, wait, the Bucks Fizz, by the way, that we bought. The Bucks Fizz. I bought it under Ultima. Oh, she's not been called that in a while. Let's learn to rename her. So Cat from Chat. Oh, Cat from Chat. How cute. Recommended buying the Bucks Fizz from Aldi. From Lidl, I think. And I bought it, and it was 50p cheaper than all the like the fact that they sell Bucks. Like this is, if you're curious, this is a Christmas drink in the UK. I was so excited to find it. It's like very mildly alcoholic. But I only looked recently and it's 4%, which means it's lighter than a beer. I'm just drinking a giant beer at this point, which like maybe there are some concerns as to whether you should be doing that too. But I don't know. I think it's interesting that we have all the information available sometimes, and sometimes we still miss it all, and like make some questionable decisions as a result. And yeah, Lidl's better. You know. One of the regulars here in chat, whenever I say that, because it's true, Aldi is better than Lidl, they always remind me that Lidl has a bakery, and a fresh bakery it's just so good. It's the best bakery of all the major chains, and it's cheap. You get like, you get an amazing pastry for like 35p, or, you know, a little bit less if you put the chocolate croissant through as a regular croissant. And I'm just saying, it's great. No politics, remember, says Plain Kiyu. No religion, no politics, no Star Wars. If you type a message using one of those 3 things, you're gonna get timed out. Unless I talk about those 3 things. I only talk about 2 of those things. We never talk about Star Wars, okay? I uploaded, but he's streaming, so what do I watch? Alcohol plus end stream is a good recipe for anxiety moments, says Harrison Gray. By the way, I really should... I've got to learn to DM you things, Harrison, rather than just saying them publicly on a stream. But I had a really good idea in the shower today because I was thinking about you in the shower, Harrison. You feel very complimented. But we should take the bit from yesterday where I was talking about Henry VIII and his wives and upload it onto the 4th channel. That's the sort of stream highlight that most YouTubers do, like IBX Toycat on Henry VIII and his... Okay, can I jump down there? This is a really risky jump. I'm very terrified of it. That was worthwhile. I got myself 3 end stone that otherwise I would have missed. I'm gonna watch the stream then the video later, says Jackie Ann. I do enjoy to see it. Also, let's be honest, Audi and Lidl are basically equal. No, Audi has a really distinct shine on it. I saw your Audi and you ignored me, says Rage Plays. The weirdest thing, like, this is why I don't want to be any level of famous ever. I am very happy with the fame level we have right now, where people like Laura Shoesmith tell me about their pig step, and I get to feel proud for them But like, I was in Amsterdam with some friends. You know, it's Amsterdam. You're with friends. And someone like tweeted me like, "Oh, I just saw you in Lidl. I'd just been in Lidl." And I was like, "That's a coincidence. They're just guessing is what they're doing, right?" Yeah. Then they're like, "Yeah, it was you know, it was this district of Amsterdam. You were with 3 friends." And I was like, "Oh God, don't do this to me. Don't just say hello. Let me pretend I'm an important human being. If you're gonna weird me out, at least let me have the 4 seconds of wow. Kind of a big deal, you know. That's all I ask for." Do you ever finish the first End Island? Oh God, I looked at the end of them while doing that. Oh Lord, I did not. Honestly, I think I want to finish this one first because this one's way uglier and a little bit smaller. Oh God, we're actually getting wrecked. No, stop. And then, I don't want to have all these fights with you. Why do you keep insisting we do it? Anyway, yeah, me and Ezra made the best trick. I can do this. Also, I don't know about the shower thing, but that's very cool. You know what? More people should think about more people in the shower. That's all I'm saying. If everyone thinks about everyone in the shower, then no one will ever get lonely again, and we can all die happily. That is my official stance. There we go. There goes the Enderpearls. I'm sure this dangerous little hole right here won't go badly for me. And yeah, let's keep going. So are you about being recognized when you come to New York? It is one of the biggest cities in the world, and I do have more American subscribers than British subscribers, so statistically it's more likely in New York than London. However, if you say it that way, but I think more Americans live outside of their biggest city than British people do in theirs. So I feel pretty confident that like no one's gonna notice me, and if they do, they're gonna be the normal sort of person who just says, "Hi, my name's Tom. I work on I work on a cattle farm. I don't know what I'm doing in New York City anyway, but the only Americans I can do accents for work on cattle farms, so I guess so do I now." Is it just me or is the stream laggier than normal today? It definitely is. It's driving me a little bit crazy. Okay, we're gonna lower it a little bit more. I think we can find a sweet spot for the stream quality that's like the balance between lag and not. I hope. Have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis? Especially when peeing in the shower, what's the best moment to think about? That's the best moment to think about people. Exactly. Everyone should think about everyone else in the shower. Honestly, you know, big problem with humans is their self-centeredness. Next time you're in the shower, it's your duty to your fellow man to think about someone you know about, and then send them a message, or better yet, broadcast it publicly on a live streaming platform of your choice. That's what I'm saying. IBX Toycat, New York City is way too big to see someone twice, much less one person in particular, says Django not Mango. Yeah, but I mean, it's like, again, I don't want to sound arrogant, but let's sound very arrogant and say that, when you have a large number, like my odds of meeting a particular human being, my odds of meeting you, Django not Mango, are very low. In fact, if I do see you, I'm going to assume you are following me around or looking for me based on my tweets or posts, which is fine. It's probably not true. I'm just going to assume it anyway because, you know, better to be safe than sorry. But my odds of seeing, like, let's say there's 10 subscribers in New York, those odds are much higher. Green screen is perfect today, says Asa Crazy. I can't do many things right, but what I can absolutely nail is wearing a red shirt on a green background to minimize noise. Probably not a good idea to stream yourself peeing in the shower, fun fact. You know, Chantal said something like, yeah, the way I can just hear it hitting the bowl. And I was like, there's no way you could hear that. Later I went back and I listened to the stream and I was like, oh, yeah, yo, God, that dangerous hole I created. Who would have known it could have gone badly for me? Not I, that's for sure. Yeah, all of his streams are just so chill, says Joshua Zendas. Especially mining over the end. Nothing ever goes wrong in the end. Why are there so many Endermen spawning here? It's driving me mad. This is why people play peaceful. I'm just saying. I just want to stop it. Stop it. I'm trying to mine the end stone. I don't care about you. Stop trying to make me care about you. And I keep hitting Endermen while I'm attacking the existing ones too. See, this is why spam clicking is not a good thing. Everyone's always like, "Oh, I love the Bedrock combat." It's like Java, but before Java did a Java. And it's like, well, actually, oh god. so much pain unnecessarily. Hey, it was me, you could tell. I told you Harrison could hear the difference. Basically, Toy Cat has in fact been caught peeing in the shower before. Respectfully tell them to stop. You know, that's what I'm saying. They should follow the non-aggression principle, and we should all be great. Yeah, I think I really need to work out a proper, like, ordering for this, but it's just such a nightmare because of my fear of falling in the void. Like, I can't be thinking about the void all the time. I guess I'll just mine this entire section down a bunch, but that's making it worse. No, we're gonna start at the top there. We're gonna go back to the top. It's less satisfying, but it's more essential we do it. We're gonna go back up here. Like, I want my beacon, though, too. It's a whole thing. At least there was just a piece, says Ezra Morgan. I mean, just you wait till the next version we do. If I ever met you in person, I'd turn my accent off. Or if I ever met you in person, I'd turn off me accent, I would. Me being a Newcastle. I'm fun. I'm very fun. So anyway, is this even a Let's Play world anymore, says Mookie M. Exactly, let's play Minecraft. Okay, chat. Ask me a Minecraft question, and I'm going to answer in non-Minecraft terms. No, there is a really interesting thing, right, about the world. Sometimes people call it reclaim, but there's lots of different terms for it. But like, if you accept that you're powerless over things, there are lots of benefits to that. But sometimes people do the opposite of that. Like, rather than acknowledging the moments where you don't have power and saying, yeah, that's what it is. Sometimes people do the opposite, and it's like a surprisingly common. I don't know if it's coping mechanism or if it's like valid way to live your life. You can decide which. But like when you see something that's wrong, you can kind of like decide, you know, like when something goes badly, there is always an external factor you can blame. And often the external factor will be the biggest reason for the bad thing. But like, should you blame the external factor exclusively? Or should you be like, it is some combination of that and me? Or maybe even going a bit crazier as like, external factors happen, but it's my duty how to respond to it. Also, how do you get a wolf? Put a bone in its mouth. Pretty sure that's how it works. Why are you doing this? What did the... Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, why am I reading your chat right now? Oh! Hate this. I despise Endermen so much. They ruin everything. If I have met you in person, we would go to 7-Eleven for slushies and then to a pizza place. That is an absurd fantasy you have right there, Jessica. That is beyond absurd. I can't believe you would, you know, you'd have this dream interaction. You one day want to meet an internet YouTuber, and then all you want to do is go for 7-Eleven for slushies and then a pizza place. You know what, that is a very low tier. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, I hate it! I hate it! Stop it! This is the worst. I hate that they just, like, don't even have any logical way they're teleporting. It's just everywhere, all the time. I just want to mine my end. Like, I think that's probably the reason these are, like, least liked. It's because we can't have a chill time and talk. We always get caught up on, like, some craziness, right? Okay, we're good. See, this is why I mine. Okay, you know what? I keep going back and forth between the three things. This is the safest place to mine, even though it's the most boring. And that's no fun, right? No one wants that. Yeah, I think that if I met you, I'd feed you the best ice cream in the world and then take you to McDonald's. I don't know how I feel about, you know, everyone have their fancy about meeting me, except actually don't. Please do the opposite of that. The joke was that Jessica Forsyth, obviously, we met while I was in Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City? Somewhere near Salt Lake City. And then we did precisely that. Those are the only things I want in life are to go to various convenience stores. Actually, honestly, not even convenience stores, right? Hey, oh my god, thank you so much, Quincy Ray Madway. I will buy myself something very nice. You know, I've been especially today, right? I've been very much like craving some dessert. But what can I get with $99 worth of dessert, or $70 worth of dessert once Susan takes her 30% cut? You know, I'm gonna get something good. I'm not even gonna look at the price tag today. I'm just gonna get the most expensive cookie dough on the menu. It's gonna be like, oh, are you sure you want to pay 75p just for some just for some M&Ms on that. And it's gonna be like, yeah, that's exactly what I want. Toy Cat, why are you doing this? What did the end do to you? Did it hurt you? What is the drive behind your spite? You could buy a super broken down car, says Alex Stremmel. Yeah, that is I've looked, one of my favorite things to look up, because I don't understand cars very well. So one of those things is like, you can buy a car for £1, $1, whatever. And it's like, if that's true, why does anyone buy more expensive cars? There's something very interesting to me. This is, I think it's like actually mildly like offensive to some people. But I love this concept of like, okay, I find, for instance, okay, this is, if you need a phone to live in the modern world, right? But do you need an iPhone 12? I don't know, are they on 12 right now? I feel like they're on 12 right now. You probably not, right? There's a line between there somewhere. So therefore, if you're like, I need a phone, but you don't have money, should you buy the iPhone 12 or should you buy a phone 1/10 the price? It's not going to last as long, but it's not going to last 10% as long. And so like, you need food to live, but also going out to eat is a luxury, right? And it's weird because food is a iPhone 9 is where we're at, according to Harrison. Also, if we met, we would gaze awkwardly at each other while you wonder why I was looking at you, then exchange no words and golf in opposite directions. See, there we go. That's a fancy I can get behind. By the way, chat, my dessert place closes at 11, and so if someone can remind me at 11 PM, I gotta order some food, so we'll come here for the end of the stream. I'd love to do that. Also, Samaj. Can we have Stampy Longnose? And then Toycat is the comparisons between I think it's so funny because it's like literally based on plays Minecraft, is British, has cat in name. Or maybe like if you're being more specific and you actually know the history, plays Minecraft console. Back in the day I even had this like funny thing because I was like I was the first person to use I think it's called like the fidget skin as a cat skin. Like back when we had no idea who each other was. Like, well, I'm assuming he didn't know who I was. But like back when like just one of his videos went viral and one of my friends showed it, I was like, oh, he's using it as a cat too. Like, because I used it on date and like I remember being annoyed for the longest time. Like people are eventually gonna start associating me as having knocked off his skin. And it's like it's probably nothing. And then the day that happened was like one of the most painful of my life. It's like, if someone steals something you have, and they're of a sufficient size, it looks like you've actually stolen everything from them. Because people don't look at like dates on the internet or whatever else. Like no one looks at the origin of something. They'll just kind of find it that way. And so, I find that interesting. I also find it interesting like when it comes to Minecraft 360, I have this like really dumb distinction that because as soon as it came out, I started recording a Let's Play. I think I recorded 2, and then I like edited 1, and I got it up like 4 hours after it came out. So I likely have the first ever Minecraft Xbox 360 Let's Play on YouTube, and I can technically always argue like, oh, these other people basically copied me. And there's an interesting thought behind that, because again, just like with the Stampy thing, like at what point does Parallel 4 stop being Parallel 4? Because obviously, I argue, if someone uploads a Let's Play later that same day, and also it's such a widespread concept, right? They didn't steal it from me. Even if it was this super specific concept, if they uploaded it the same day, hours after, they probably didn't take it from me, right? And so, at what point does Parallel 4 stop being Parallel 4 and start being stealing? And the answer is there's no real, like, intellectual property is one of those really interesting ones. Like, especially if, like me, you make your living basically making intellectual property, we can say. You probably have, like, super strict views about, like, yeah, people who make things should be paid for them. But right now, the way it works in the real world, this is insane, but it's true, is when you make a piece of work, you have to, there's, like, certain things that you have to do, but, like, if you make a piece of work and it's not in the public domain, you get to, like, anything to do with that work belongs to you. If someone steals it, that is a copy of you until the death of you, and then I want to say 75 years afterwards. So your family can make money from that thing that you did. And I've always thought that's so interesting. I'm impressed about how the title is accurate. It says 2000 freeze. Thank you for your impression. Can you call it impression? Is Stampy still doing stuff on YouTube? Says Pwn Q. Last I checked, he was. I think the last I heard, like the whole like when Minecraft switched, like a part of the again like we both have this in common. The passion to play a game when the game changes entirely, let's be honest, for profit reasons, does go away a little bit. And if you have the means to not, like, aren't you winning? You know, that's why I've always saw that. Also, thank you, Amanda Ree. It's good to see you today. It is very good to see you. And Amanda, that is good to see you today. You know, I'm trying my best. So it seems somehow my device is displaying the gameplay fine, but not the face cam. How odd. What if I don't have face cam? What if my face cam is a lie? No, the gameplay is much easier to display than the face cam. Or is it vice versa? Whichever has more movements is harder to display. Like right now, I'm going to cause a bunch of lag in the rest of the screen. If I do this enough. Do people actually think he quit YouTube? He's still very much relevant. Yeah, this is the heartbreaking, this makes me want to, like, I don't want to say die, because it's being melodramatic. The thing that, like, burns my soul the darkest. Let's like, this is like my biggest fear, but YouTube makes it happen every day. Can't hear Amanda thinking about how much Amanda loves Jeff. Amanda loves Jeff. She said it herself. Oh god. The thing that, like, burns my soul is that people genuinely, like, if they don't see it, because YouTube convinces you that your homepage has all of the new videos on it. But if you don't watch a certain number of videos from someone, or YouTube just doesn't think you're going to watch a video from someone, regardless of whether you watch them or not, it just stops showing them to you. Like, YouTube has a good, and like, it's smart on their end. They want to only show you videos they think you might want to watch. If they think you're not going to watch one, they'll stop showing you a video. But once you stop watching a video for long enough, how do you ever find out about that YouTuber again? And the answer is you basically don't. And so, again, the fact that so many people, like, look at this very much going YouTuber making videos, they're like, oh, it's a shame. Does he still make videos? And it's like, yeah, like, it's happened to me. Like, I learned about some YouTubers that I thought quit the platform. Nope, they did not quit the platform. I'm just dumb. I think we heard about this recently. I think it's what I discussed in the Let's Play, right? But the fact that, like, not only is it something that, like, I see it on my end, but also, like, it's there. It's just, I don't know. I've gone over 1 trillion times how being forgotten is one of the worst fears. Not one of the worst fears. One of my worst fears. Because, you know, people... What are your thoughts on anarchist capitalism? I'm like, through my whole life, again, people, you can point to enemies all you like. I'd say, it's funny, I literally saw, I saw someone post, like, why are you depressed? No, so someone posted on their feed on Facebook. So I don't know why this has happened to me a bunch of times, but a bunch of people, like, I've met on trains, as in, like, they've started speaking to me, and I've gone, go on then, why not? In and around London, have decided, like, yeah, add me on Facebook. And I'll be like, fine, I'll pull out Facebook just for this. So now I have, like, a variety of train-only friends on Facebook. You know, people I've met while going between places. And one of them, first of all, she has the name Tanika, like T-A-N, maybe that's too unique a name, actually. But she has a name like that. I've never heard that name before. But she posts on Facebook, like, she's become, like, you can tell when someone's life has gone badly when they start posting on Facebook multiple times a day. That's like, ooh, this is your social media of choice, and you're here all day. Oh God, what's gone wrong with you, friend? Yeah, basically, I saw she was doing that, and she posted something like, oh yeah, I've been feeling really depressed recently, and someone just responded with, oh yeah, you know, that's capitalism, babe. It's like it's like a meme, because I guess, like, she seems to be a very left-leaning person from what I can tell. Did I just throw away my pickaxe? I did accidentally. But like that's like a meme of like, yep, everything that's gone wrong, it's on this. Because I actually feel the opposite way. I feel like I am, again, you can disagree with what I'm saying here, it's fine. I'm just telling you my experiences. That most of the good things in my life come from capitalism and not the opposite of that. You know, I'm sure it's like those good things might come regardless of the system. But like, I feel like genuinely infused about the system of people doing things in exchange for financial incentives. I think that works well. It has worked well for me in my life. I'm very, you know, like, I grew up very poor, and maybe you could say the poorness was the fault of that system. But the fact that it, like, offers you a way out of that, I think is swell. I think that most other systems, you know, like, when I was 14, I made my own website. I basically sold ads to Americans on forums. I spent a long time, like, selling my wares, trying, you know, it was like a fun thing that I could do that I couldn't do under a system where that wasn't true. Anyway, so I value it a lot. And even though I'm like this, capitalism is the only known cause of depression. Right, that's the funny thing about it. Like, it's so unhelpful for everyone to blame things blindly. Like, even if it was the case, which is a chance, it's like, you can't just, you're hurting your own, but anyway, so even though I'm a big believer that, like, yep, a lot of good things in my life come from this, I understand that you might disagree. I understand for a lot of people, like, if you grow up with money, capitalism does nothing for you. Like, you already have all the benefits of it. You only see the downsides. I totally understand that perspective, even if it's not my own. But I also think that even in that, like, yeah, you need to have some base level of, like, you need, again, everyone agrees you need contract law to be enforced, but then I'd say go further. Like, try to enforce things that make people do better things. In general, sure. I don't think you can just truly remove government as a concept. I think even if you don't need it, which is possible that economically you don't, the majority of people want it and feel benefit from it. And, like, should you do things the majority of people don't want? I'd argue probably not a good place to start stepping. I'm sure if capitalism didn't exist, there would still be mental illnesses, Ed. No, depression would be 100% gone under a non-capitalist world. That is what my good friend Tanika's Facebook friends, my good friend we met once in a train, I want to say she gave me some pasta. That seems correct. Or maybe I was eating pasta. For some reason, all I know is she was definitely drunk, and I was eating... There was pasta involved somewhere. But, like, why would I be eating pasta on a train? Why would I remember it so strongly? I don't know for sure. But, yeah. Oh, no, yeah, I remember. It was a lot of fun. What world are you living in? Do you not find strangers on trains? This happens to me, like... Again, like, that happened to me once, and I was like, well, that's interesting. Sure, you know. Met this weird person from a whole other world. Go into somewhere in... Like, she lives... I was going on a train out of London. She was going somewhere inside London on the train. It was great. But then it happened again. I met a... At the time, I had a girlfriend from Bosnia. And, like, so there's this girl who's just looked at my electric scooter. Actually, can I tell you this interaction too? Again, this is so weird to me, like, strangers on trains are so fascinating. Depression is global. Any given point in time, 5% of adults are diagnosable. 20% have one episode in life. It's the illness resulting in the most loss of productivity worldwide. Goddamn capitalism! It's got us again! One of you are on the wrong train. No, what we have, do you wanna learn about S-Bahns in London? Guess what? It's, the way trains work in big cities in Europe is, in the, like, at least, this is like, it's like halfway between a regional train and a metro. While it's in the city, it stops a bunch, and then when it leaves the city, it stops a few times. It's a way you can combine regional trains and commuter trains and, like, get people from further places to the city reliably. It's a handy thing. There's a brand new one opening this year in London. It's called Crossrail. Now you know. At its best, government is a necessary evil, and at worst, an unbearable one. Ronald Reagan. I mean, he says that, but was he not leader of the government? Checkmate. Firebird Aviation. Checkmate. Capitalist doctors diagnose them. You're right. if we just, I wonder what the, I think there is some argument, I don't think it's true, but I can at least understand where you're coming from if you're going for the medical conspiracy that we don't have a cure for depression yet because it's more cost, you can make more money selling people depression pills than you can selling them a one-time cure. But also we've cured so many things despite that, you know? Like we might not be looking as actively hard as we might otherwise. You could argue, again, there's not a huge amount of proof, but I'm sure like the incentive structure is lined up that way. But yeah, I think like, anyway, let's try and stay on track. Let me tell you the story about the e-scooter girl on the train. Crossrail opening this year, also known as 2025 plus. Yeah, this year known as the early 2030s. But let me tell you the other stranger on a train story. Basically the same part of London too. That's the weird bit. It's if you want to know the exciting juice, it's I want to say it's like in the Mill. If you know your London, it's like somewhere between like Mill Hill and Old Kent Road. There you go. Now you know. But is it Old Kent Road or it might be something else? But anyway, I don't know the names of places in London. I do actually, but whatever. It's one of those weird stops that doesn't have many trains. Anyway, so for some reason, whenever I'm going through there, some random lady on a train will start a conversation with me. Again, like this is the thing. Like guys are always talking about like, oh yeah, you have to be like attractive for women to want to speak to you. But like, again, this is public transport. This is the no-go zone. It happens, and it's again, I am not an attractive human being. Would hate to break that to you. I know Old Kent Road from Monopoly. Yeah, I think I'm getting it confused with the Monopoly one. I think I used to think it was the Monopoly stop, and then someone told me once, like, nah, that's Old Kent Road. And I was like, you're wrong. Anyway, Moo True Blue. Okay, so I had my e-scooter with me, and this random girl just goes, oh yeah, is that e-scooter go fast? And I'm used to people like asking about the e-scooter because I used to ride it before it was cool, before it was even enforced heavily and very illegal. So I was like, yeah, exactly. She was like, how much it cost? I was like, £300. She's like, my dad could make an e-scooter for 50 quid. I'm like, oh god, it's one of these fellas, you know, one of these women. Not women, human beings. It's mostly dudes actually who are proud of their dads. You know, I'm sorry women of the chat. I would like to apologize to your gender right now. This is a human being problem, and if it is a gender problem, it's a guy problem. Anyway, so Kat, you're attractive, just not in a surfer dude kind of way. You know what? Thank you, chat. You know what? Thank you, chat, for calling me attractive. Everyone should just call me attractive all the time, and then we can get myself a big ego going on. Anyway, so because I'm incredibly attractive, this girl started up a conversation about the e-scooter, trying to get to this one right here. That's my heart she wanted. And like, I was just like, okay, cool, yep. And she's like, yeah, you could do a really cool one. You could build it, you know. And it's like, thank you for telling me. And I know, so I don't know what we spoke a bunch about. And she like at some point, like, you know, I'm like, I'm gonna do that thing that like I know people don't say you have to do this, but I was like, oh yeah, I just subtly mentioned the girlfriend just as like in case she's like this is her dating strategy to talk to people on trains. And then she's like, oh my god, I'm from the Balkans as well. Like literally that's it. I think she was Albanian or something, and my girlfriend was Bosnian. She's like, oh my god, you need to tell your girlfriend to hit me up. And it's like, okay. So just like add me on Facebook and then you can like add her that way. And it's like, okay then, can do that. I think I mentioned it to her and it's just like, you know, I don't know if I want to be friends. Like it's a weird like ethnic thing that like when you're really far away from your part of the world, just knowing that someone has the same ethnicity as you is enough to be like, yeah, we're friends now. You know? Do you have vaguely the same external characteristics as me? Yeah, you know how it is. Also, you're hot moi. Thank you, Celtic69, for the delightful thing. Everyone's attractive in their own way. I think that's true. I also, you know, I think that's what we tell people. I think like the top 90% of human beings are attractive in their own way. You know, I'd actually say like the top 25% of women and maybe like, you know, let's just say same for men, are like just objectively attractive, right? And then once you go below that, you're like, yeah, mostly attractive, besides insert thing here. And then you're like, oh yeah, but below that, attractive in their own way. And then there's like a bottom tier of men, you know, that are just like, God, this is unsavable. And even then, it's like, well, you don't have to be attractive in your attractiveness way. You can be attractive in non-attractive ways. Like, I think it's attractive. You know, whenever I hear someone says it, like, oh yeah, I just love the way someone laughs. It's like, yeah, that's my in here. That is, I don't have any other like features that can get me something, but that's gonna be it. Hi from the bottom tier, says Dodgem Tristan. I think I do think that, like, again, all you know, no, not gonna. I think generally speaking, like, yep. Also, Toycat Rule 34 is a great example of how everything is attractive to someone in some way. Yeah, that's honestly, yeah, we need to be more like, rather than trying to like tell people like, yeah, you're beautiful to someone. It's like, you're not beautiful to someone, but someone's very confused and they're gonna love you, and you just need to accept that, and that's fine. Toycat, I think you judge yourself by your own standards. My experience is that smart and funny are attractive at least half of women, says Daniel A. I don't talk about attractiveness too much. I think men are lucky in that we, like, generally speaking, because are men more shallow than women? Maybe. Is it realistically, to me, just like one of the things that you'll see even in like societies of no media is that people value women by their youth. If you're younger, you generally, you know, something sort of children, like you can, I'm not going to talk about it too much. So, like, maybe, by extension, attractiveness is really what you're just saying is, like, you know, someone who does not look... Someone who looks like they could rear a child, is that... Although, actually, you'd probably be better at raising a child in the modern world by being older, right? Like, you know, your biological brain says, like, yeah, this 21-year-old is going to have a great child with her child-rearing hips. But it's like, well, really, you know, she was older and had, like, experience of people... Should be better at that, but you know, let's not talk about attractiveness too much. Again, that one guy, Babby Mabby, maybe we can't talk about risque subjects his mother wouldn't like, so we're not going to. But what we are going to talk about, I hate you so much, Evelyn. The amount of pain that is generated, and again, because they come from all angles, I can't even like chill, just sit down, take a drink or anything, because I need both my hands free. Anyway, do you have any, haha, you're funny, thank you. I do think, I do think that the personal interpretation of attractiveness, like, it really is a thing to me. Like, I'm sure this is true to lots of people as well. Like, people would rather someone not be attractive to everyone else. Like, there are some guys and some girls who just want someone who they can show off to friends about. Like, have you ever, every guy has a guy friend who's like this, where they're like, oh yeah, I just got a new girlfriend. You're like, oh, happy for you. He's like, let me pull out my phone and I need to show you a picture of this right now. Like, that is the trait they are happiest about. And like, it's fine. It's a bit weird to me, but like, it's a type of guy, right? There is a type of guy who values themselves by the type of woman who will not despise them entirely. Did you ever get one of my dad's e-scooters in the end? Says Diluted Dante. I did not get one of... I wish her dad would have made me an e-scooter for £50. Like, I don't get it. Like, what a weird thing to be proud of your dad for. Like, I just... Like, also, she was definitely talking about a petrol one, right? Like, there's no way her dad builds electric... Whatever. You're not gonna think about it. Also, that was weird. I have a girlfriend like this. Yeah, there's I don't want to like assume that women did, but like there are people who value their partner solely by attractiveness, and we'll call them shallow. I'd argue you can be shallow in all sorts of ways. Like I had a female friend who had a policy of like, yeah, I don't really care what a guy looks like as long as he's rich. Like that, she said that in school. Maybe she was being funny, but like it was like, yeah, I'm not shallow. I don't care what guys look like. I just care if they have money. And it's like, I mean, isn't that a different form of shallow? Right? Anyway, so yeah, some people value themselves by what they can get in a partner. And a lot of people like value something about someone. Like they want someone who's... I think an underappreciated characteristic in women is just being nice. Just don't be an ogre. There you go. Wonderful. I think that like that people generally speaking outside of that like want something that is not wanted by everyone else, and that's how everyone gets happy, right? Alternatively, I think I've always been embarrassed to show friends photos of guys I've had crushes on because they'll judge me. Oops. I do think that is funny. I totally have, like, I think there is a tiny bit of like that maybe, and like you know, I think that's like a social thing we have. I don't know why we have it. Is it like a thing where like it's you know, gossip exists so we can like share with people when someone's done something bad. It's a way to correct for like immorality, I guess, in the village days where we didn't have like reasons to do so otherwise. But one of the things about that is like getting your friends to vet a girlfriend means that you can like avoid issues that, you know, like it's good to have your friends approve of who you are dating. Or to put it in the words of the Spice Girls, if you want to be my lover, you've got to get with my friends. Which, you know, first of all, that is exactly how to be the opposite of my lover. But I also think it's an interesting. I've got to remember to like mine in a consistent way. We were doing so good a minute ago. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to consistency. I can do this. Yeah, I think that people like having your friends like your partner in life is a smart thing, and that's why people like that. And like again, if you think about it this way, the guy who has to show his friends a picture of the attractive girl he's dating, he's doing that so they go, "Wow, man, nice job," and they'll like his girlfriend because like, "Wow, you did a good job." The reason I'll tell a friend about like, actually, what do I say? I don't know what I say. Probably things too worrying to say on a live stream. But thank you, by the way. You teach me everything I need to know about life. Thank you, says Wireable Sheep 133. Hey, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you find this valuable. I find it to be a lot of fun. So the fact that you enjoy it too, that's the cherry on the cake. That is just the cherry on the cake. Toycat is definitely extrovert, says Yaspino. I mean, some could say the fact that he has to drink his Bucks Fizz. And that after live streams, I kind of just sit silently and watch TV or YouTube or something most of the time. Some would say those are signs that I'm an introvert. But if you think I'm an extrovert, I'm going to take it yes, Pino. Also, Toycat stream, Pog. Thank you, Hunter Imhoff. Pog indeed. Pog indeed. Oh wait, I'm mining down the side again. How am I... Like, it's crazy because I'm actively trying to stay on point now, and it's actively not working. And that's so bizarre to me. With these mining skills, I can hear Olraf judging you. You know what? That was the moment we realized we had to get on the straight and narrow. We had to stay on track forever. But yeah, like, I think having people in your life vet the other people in your life, it's so... You know, it goes against the notions we have, you know, the romantic notions of, like, be with, you know, like, but, like, honestly, it's the reason that people, you know, the reason arranged marriages work. This is one of those things that I find to be such an interesting conversation topic. How do you come up with such abstract and unique ideas for your survival world? Here's my Toycat tax. I love you, bro, says QT134. 314. I've been feeling really, really, really self-conscious recently, because all of my ideas are just, what if I replaced thing with thing, and then put the thing in the thing? Partly because they allow me to talk about things like, you know, arranged marriages, but I wanna do some interesting other things sometime soon. That's what I want to do. Toycat's an introvert because I'm introvert and I can tell what other people are introverts, says Jake Zimijelski. I think on the internet, one of the things I've realized from this, like I think this is true in lots of parts of life, but sometimes. That's basically all your ideas, says Hexateron. You know what? Don't break my heart. I mean, it's true, but I don't like to believe it's true. Also, thank you, Unholy Banana. But, Toycat, you should make an end city in the overworld. I have plans to do something like that. It's just like, ooh, let's try and work it out. Anyway, so, arranged marriage is really interesting because if you live in the Western world, and you do because you're watching this live stream, they sound terrible. They sound really terrible. Like, the whole point of love is you find someone... the whole point of marriage is you marry someone you love. We don't really do marriages for alliance anymore. And so, of course, you've got to love the person that you're marrying. But, again, you would suspect for that reason that arranged marriages are really not successful. But the data is the opposite. Again, the stuff I've read, the Bucks Fizz makes you an extrovert. Exactly. As long as I have a steady supply of Bucks Fizz, I can be confidently extroverted. But the data I've looked at least says that they're more successful. Obviously, the successful metric is generally staying together after X number of years. And you can totally argue that they maybe are more likely to stay in an unhappy relationship, and that's why it fails. But I think it's, the fact that they stay together, again, maybe just tells you that, like, oh yeah, because they're not in this for love. Love can fall apart, but what doesn't fall apart is strategic alliance. Unless his parents stop being the owner of a steel mill, and her parents stop being the owner of a large media company, there's no good reason why they should part ways. Because those are the reasons they got into it. Maybe that's the argument too. But also I think it tells you that, like, trying to chase abstract concepts is so much harder than trying to chase and trying to grasp real things that actually exist. I think this is one of those, like, hard lessons about life that, like, no one wants to learn, right? Also, 8 months, 8 days in November, and no house fires. Oh wait, house fire free. Sorry. Thank you just for comments. I love to spot your name. It's very fun. You did a fun one that I forgot recently, and I enjoyed that too. Eventually, it'll be Toycat replacing a village with an identical village. It'll be the same, only cursed with the horrible history of all those block updates. Okay, Jeff Watkins, I love that idea so much. Destroy an entire village, but keep a picture of it, and then build it block by block. I love the idea so much. So much. That's such a good idea. I want to do it now. I want to do it so badly. Maybe with some minor difference. Love may fall apart, but strategic alliances don't. Toycat 2021. I mean, it's true. It is true. That's why instead of getting married, get a strategic alliance with your partner. But yeah, no, I imagine, like, you just did something really slightly different. Like, all the doorways move from one frame to another, or they get rotated 90 degrees or something. I don't find a lot of people interesting, but I find you quite interesting, honestly, says Kalani. I don't like to say it very often, and I feel like it's a very smug thing to say. But, so this is only because of the very tiny amount of orange juice I've been drinking. But, also thank you, Protestant, for the money. I'm glad that's not Catholic money. Did you know I'm, like, legally a Catholic? Like, again, when the Catholics win, I'm going to Catholic heaven. Hate to break it to you Protestant fellas. But I think I married for love, but then my wife got a dollar job, says Wordfish Trombone. See, but if the dollar job would have made you happy, shouldn't you marry someone with a dollar job and then try and find love? You know? And then, worst case, you still have the dollar job. Dollar job? I don't know what that means. Does she work at a dollar store, and now you get a discount on the products? Now it's the 90-cent store for you. Also, moved an entire village 1 block in a direction. I love that idea so much. That's such a fun idea. Can you imagine? Just 1 block to the left. I would enjoy that to no end. I think I want to do it now. Like, you're a Christian. I'm not. I'm a non-practicing, non-believing Christian. But I'm on the list. Like, like, this is how Catholic God works. If you haven't been, if you haven't confirmed and you haven't confessed, if you die without confessing your sins, you don't go to heaven. And also if you haven't been confirmed, etc., etc. Again, Catholic God's a bit more restrictive than all the other gods. But all I have to do is, like, confess my sins before I die, including my sin of not following Christianity, and I can go to heaven. Tell me I haven't found a loophole, and I'll tell you you're wrong. You gotta hedge your bets sometimes, you know? It's the Pascal's wager. Rebuild it upside down. I actually like the upside down clone. Build an exact clone of the village next to it, says Hexateron. Yeah, no, I really do think I might destroy an entire village and move it 1 block to the right. I think that would be incredibly enjoyable. I'm gonna resist, but it's gonna get close. Wait, the idea is gonna come up, and it's only a matter of time until I cave in. Cave update in, am I right? Now there's a quote from the show You I really like. It's something like, all books contain the same truth, and it's that life is like basically miserable if your IQ is above a certain number. And I hate I hate IQ, hate intelligence, elitism. I feel like that's not the single biggest and important thing about people. But also, there's something about it that resonated with me. It's like, yeah, huh? That is sometimes what, like, you know, like the kind of, you know, like I was saying about the marriage thing, the arranged marriage works, even though, like, according to our values in society, it shouldn't. The reason that it works is because, you know, like, there's a very fixed thing you're chasing, and human beings are so drawn to abstract notions, and kind of rightfully so. Like, you know, eating food is great, but you know what's better than eating food? When you read the Communist Manifesto and it hits just right. You know, like, my attraction to the idea of freedom is greater than my attraction to the idea of being alive. That's absurd. That's incorrect. But it genuinely is true, you know, like, I don't like that this is, I think this is an insane opinion, and you're not allowed to have it on the internet, so I'm only joking if anyone wants to use this later. But if you're like, oh yeah, we can kill 1 million people, but then everyone else gets to do what they want, I'm like, good decision for the world to make, am I right? And obviously it gets weirder when you say, like, and that's like such as my illogical, like, it's like love. It's not a definable, tangible thing. That's an absurd opinion to have. That's you shouldn't kill 1 million people ever. And then it's like, well, what if and so, like, that like illogicalness feels warm. When you have, like, this absolute, it feels good, right? When you know that you are right and the world is wrong. Oh, I'm not picking up any blocks. Can you do a video about the best enchantments and armor and tools, please? Even if it's possible, of course, says Jose Lopez. I have been considering enchanting every single tool for a while. When the Communist Manifesto hits different. Yeah, right, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are. Having some, like, magical, non-definable beliefs feels good to people. People love it, and they do it all the time. That's how I know that they love it. Just say it's 1 million slow walkers and everyone would be on your side. Yeah, sorry, to everyone who's saying I'm a callous monster, imagine these aren't people. These aren't human beings. These are people who, when they see the pavement is this wide and it's got space for 3 people, they walk in the middle, meandering in such a way you can't walk past them. You know, even worse, these are people that do that at the airport, the place where people have places to be. They're like, ah, la la da da, I'm going on a holiday. I don't understand that maybe someone's in a hurry and that maybe I should just make sure I'm not blocking their pathway because this is a narrow corridor. So yeah, you know, it feels good to chase non-definable things. But also, like, the problem with that idea, and the reason that I'm not in charge of enforcing killing 1 million slow walkers at the airport, is because, like, the truth is once you do it, you don't you never achieve unachieved, like, you never get perfect, you never have full 100% infallible love. You never have full 100% infallible freedom. You know, like, again, even if you love, the fascinating concept, like, a lot of people on the internet take what I said to its extreme, right? And they're like, yep, I agree, freedom is the one thing above all else. But it's like, and you know, like, the same people who say, like, oh yeah, no, people, you know, it's better to be poor and free than rich and not. And it's like, well, some amount of freedom comes from money, right? Like, you don't have the same take on freedom if you don't have some amount of money. Like, you know, even though you can do whatever you want in the world, most of the things you want to do, you cannot do. And isn't that just, you know, like, that's ultimately life is always going to be some amount of that. It's just deciding what are the things we cannot do. How do we make the most people be able to do the most things? And it's never too easy. Also, thank you, Funcat1. Tweaking, you should build a village that makes the houses look like a wave or a lag like a slope. You mean like move each layer of the house one block to the left, and so you get like diagonal houses. That's a fun idea. Sometimes I feel like I'm the OCD version of IBX Toycat, as I do crazy projects in Minecraft all the time, so /2 I'm surprised the mega projects thing is like not as is a surprisingly small thing, right? You have to buy food in 10 minutes. Thank you, Mahishan, Jenard Stephen. You are my hero. I've got like another 5 minutes before I can order. Because again, like they actually close at something dumb like 11:25, and I assume that means I have to order at 11. That's like how I put that out there. Freedom is the ability to choose your own chains, says Connor Fouts. See, right, but the crazy thing about society is we have to decide the chains that bind some people, right? If you also
I moved a village down about 30 blocks in a Tagia biome. I don't recommend it. However, you should drain an ocean, then replace it bucket by bucket with different water.
You know what? I wasn't gonna drain the ocean. I've been thinking I can't do that. But just now, you have convinced me. I'm gonna drain an ocean and then just put it back. Eugenics, but you can't breed if you walk slower than 3 miles per hour. Exactly. If we just slowly kill out the slow walkers, again there'll be one batch of pain, and then it'll be great. That's dumb. Closing at 11:24 is better, says Jake Semechki. A Taigia biome. Yeah, that was the weirdest way she pronounced it. I'll play it again just so we can hear it. That's the same tip.
I've moved a village down about 30 blocks in a Tagia biome.
A Taigia.
I don't recommend it.
That is
However, you should drain an ocean, then replace it bucket by bucket with different water.
I do it off camera. Oh, that'd be a great April Fool's video. Okay, I'm gonna drain this entire ocean. Okay, that took me 12 hours, but then I decided to put it all back. Took another 30 hours. Look how much better it looks. Sorry, my recording's corrupted. I just have to trust you that it has been done. Sounds like something you would do. Please spare me, Toycat. I only walk slowly because I'm asthmatic. Oh, what's that? Can you know the pavement, just like the highway, if you will, has a slow lane, and that's all the way on the left by the road. Actually, it's probably the right, because people walking fast need to cross the road. All the way on the, I guess, all the way furthest from where the road is. No, because then there's stores there. Okay, you know what? Furthest from where people need to be, that's where you walk. And then, I want to say you can actually cure asthma, right? It's just expensive and we don't do it, if I'm not mistaken. I block play games. Also, a girl asked me on a date. Clearly,
a girl asked me on a date. Clearly, I'm not playing enough Minecraft.
What? This is a shame. I thought you were a part of the chat. I thought you were a part of the community, James JT Dud. I thought you loved Minecraft, but the whole you know, I think you should go, and then she's gonna be like, sorry, I meant like, you know, like a friend date. I have heard about the Minecraft that you played. Slow walkers on the right by escalator rules. Yeah, that's so interesting to me that like the slow walkers go on the right, because in the UK on the roads it's the opposite. Like fast traffic goes on the right and then slow traffic on the left. I've always wondered where that rule came from. Apparently it used to be different by station and by area too. Also, Toycat, I did mean that. Each block moves one to the left. See, that is a fun... That would be a fun way to, like, ruin the value of a village. But that's what I'm down for. You better believe it. No, there is a really interesting thing that, like... Yeah, we basically do have to choose the chains for the rest of society. Because, like, okay, so... There are lots of people on the internet, especially people who are most down the... You know, ANCAP rabbit hole. Which again, logical rabbit hole. If like me, you feel like there's some great benefits of this, and again, like the number of times like government has directly helped me, 0. The number of times they actively hurt me, ignoring like taxes, which is an annual pain that they are very upset with, non-stop. It's like you know, like but even if you ignore that, it's like, oh yeah, all of the resources that should have been there to help me never were, and it's that's been my take. Like, yeah, so it sucks. But do you think like a better response should be like, well, if it sucked for me, make it better for the next people? But the problem then is like, what about when people grow up with it being good, they won't know how to make it good, and you know, it's. I think the thing to me, the way I really realize society is like, how do you structure it in the fairest way? Not how do you make it fairest right now. Like, it feels really good to do a nice thing, like the whole like teach a man to fish versus give a man a fishing rod. Wait, give a man a fish, and he'll be full for the rest of the day. Set a man on fire and he'll be full for the rest of his life. You know, like, solve the problem. Don't solve the thing. Also, you've inspired me to drain my ocean monument. I built underwater glass domes connected to it with log cabins, forests, and animals. Happy Tuesday. Hey, awesome. QT314, show me a picture. I want to see that. That sounds like a great idea. Okay, I've got like 8 minutes to order this in. I'm in the government-made roads, public transport and stuff. You would be in trouble without them, says Greg Houlihan. Yeah, that's this is where the problem gets really big, right? Like I think that there is the reason you can't have a realistic debate about this stuff and actually be accurate, like you have to talk from magical ideology, is because what would happen in a world without government? We don't actually know. No major country is like that. You know, like we can say that, you know, the United States is a capitalist country, or we like, but like 40% of all spending is done by the government on things like roads, on things like you know, healthcare. It's a weird like type of taxpayer-funded healthcare, but it does exist. And so, given that like if even the biggest example of a capitalist country is that like that, what would happen if you just stopped buying? If you stopped paying for roads, the current roads would fall into disrepair. But then probably, could people make new ones? Would they take over the running of it with tolls, etc.? Like it's very hard to properly know what would happen in Somalia. Somalia is like kind of a close example of that. But like when it results from war, then it's a different example, right? Like if you're gonna look at a socialist country, you look at the Soviet Union or something. You don't look at there's a bunch of countries in Africa that actually went socialist. Like if you look at Angola as a socialist country, that's like incredibly, you know, like you're not giving a real argument. Like they were poor before they were socialist, and they were poor after. Doesn't mean that it doesn't work, right? Anyway, so like yeah, the argument of like what would happen if nothing else is really hard to know the answer to, and that's why you can only have a debate from good feelings. Like no one's gonna solve the whole debate about how should an economy be run. What is the most effective way to do something? And so that's why I think, because you can't solve that, you can't know for sure. All you really have is trade-offs. If you look at the socialist country, if you look at Cuba, if you look at the ex-Soviet Union, they have incredible education rates. People there are very well educated. They have low, you know, like consumable rates. Like the economy is not focused on consumables, because who does that really benefit? And because you only are allowed to buy certain things, the things that not everyone can buy, you just have to know a guy to get. Like the cars in Eastern Europe, is this famous car. I love it. It's called the Trabant. There's this terrible car, and if you were lucky enough to know a guy who knew a guy who could get you a car, you could drive a car. But then the spare parts for it, why would anyone bother making those? Officially, there's a huge problem in trying to work out of that. What are you talking about? Like fails of humanity? Yeah, the fails of humanity, right? Like how do you make a world that is the best for people? And you can't. So you chase something that's concrete, right? You just say, how do we make fewer children die? You know, children dying, that's pretty agreeably tragic. I mean, if you kill them early enough, that's like, good job, you know. Kill them at, you know, that different point here. Toy Cat's infanticide is a separate opinion right here. But like, you know, children 7 years old dying from malnutrition, probably bad, I'd say, right? Socialism is when can't buy car parts. Exactly, Silo. No, like like you know, like if you take that, like let's just like literally just take that example right there, and it's like, what is more free, to be educated for free to a very high standard, or to be able to drive your own vehicle without knowing that if it breaks down you cannot fix it? And it's like, well, no, like I mean, like I guess like it's probably like they both suck because I'm used to both those things, you know? Socialism is when no iPhone. Exactly, you get it. No, there is a really interesting debate about like whether the the rights are worth paying for with the choices, you know, and no one really knows for sure. So yeah, did he just say if you kill a child then good work? I mean, I'm just saying, like, we all agree children are annoying, right? But like everyone's always like, but they're so precious, and like society's based around them. And it's like, children that live, we need to make sure aren't messed up so they don't kill us all. You know, at one point, you know, probably the worst person alive was a child that was beaten. You know, like, I think about this regularly. If you think about, like, serial killers, and people who do bad things, and, you know, let's go, like, the genocidal people. Actually, not most, like I said, like, a lot of genocidal people were well-educated. But, like, if you look at people who, like, did it because they hated people, it's like something probably happened to them when they were a child. Some terrible experience that caused them to hate humanity. Or even just, like, have a warped sense of what's right and wrong. If we can just avoid that, that probably avoids a lot of pain, right? That seems like a smart thing to do. Pets are the new kids, plants are the new pets, says Michelle Owo. See, that is so true in such a funny way. Like, yeah, this is a problem with a... This is a problem with a world where you're valued based on your dollar output. Again, I've made some fun of communism. Let's balance it out now. The problem with valuing by your output is having a child is an objectively terrible investment to make. Because you stop working for half a year to produce the baby, or one of you does. Again, one of the two people who usually works. Like, having both people work is better for productivity, sure. But now one of those people has to stop working for half a year. Sometimes, like, over a year, right? I don't know how it works where you live. But it works in a way, right? We do live in a society, wherever you live. Whatever happened to the literally merch, Mr. Cat? You know what, before... This message about communism and socialism was brought to you by the second design of the batch. Again, I don't know what the... I should probably, like, nudge this. But this is the second design in the batch of literally merch. Oh, it's a bit too big, isn't it? This is the second design. Do you like these ones more or less? I'm torn. I think I prefer the literally Toy Cat merch, but I kind of... Isn't there something fun about that? I need to Google if I'm allowed to put the Welsh flag. I mean, by Google I mean, like, probably look at better legal advice than Google. But yeah, I'm considering that, right? Anyway, so the let me think about my literally Welsh merch. I'm Welsh with 2 L's. It's just for comments. That is how it should be. You're right. Less, but I love it still. Order food, says Ben F. Oh, thank you, Ben F. You know, appreciated. I'm gonna order some food. I need to get it right now. Too many Welsh people on the train will try to add me on Facebook. See, high quality. The more references we combine together, the better these gets. Order your desserts. Thank you so much, Michelle Owo. See, by telling people to remind me about desserts, and then Michelle Owo have been kind enough to remind me via a tip, I got my desserts paid for. You're all fools paying for my desserts. Okay, we're gonna throw this in there. Then this in there. I like the progress we're making here. You know, I think we could probably do it, right, today? Look at that. It's so small by comparison to where it was. Okay, thank you, hashtag for the thing. I'm gonna quickly go off screen. You can look at the chair. Oh no! Oh, what did I do? Oh god! Oh, what have I done? Okay, it's fine. Probably. I didn't even touch it. Okay. I'm gonna quickly order some food. I'm doing it off camera. Because I'm also gonna take a bathroom break. Also, the bottle is now finished. It's very tragic. Okay, so, what should I get? Should I get a cookie dough? Or should I get myself a... Oh, I do love a good cookie dough. You know what? I'm gonna get myself a cookie dough. I think I'm worth it. Or a waffle. Or a sundae. No, sundaes are better than cookie dough, because you feel like they're less ludicrously calorific. Even though they're definitely the same. Some Oreo gelato with some crushed Oreo biscuits on. That's too basic. Can't do Oreo. Minted. I always regret getting mint ice cream. It's one of the universal truths of my life. I think, yeah, I'll have some mint ice cream. And then I never want it. I never enjoy it as much as I think I'm going to. You know, I'm just going to go simple. I'm going to go one I know I like. I love Ferrero Rochers, and I love it when they throw it in an ice cream. Add it to the cart. Check it out. Get it sent on the way. And we are good to go. And I'm gonna now thank you to your tips. I will now tip 25% on that. Yeah, look how big a tipper I am. Crazy human being over here. Okay, I'm gonna go down to 20%. I can't be that unreasonable. Okay, I'm gonna put it right back. Use the bathroom, and then I'll see you soon, chat. Evening, Internet. How are you doing? I'm doing great. I hope that you're doing good as well. Whew. Matt, clap, man, that update though. Yeah, I got some ice cream coming now. My evening's gonna be good. You should have muted. Toy cat peeing ASMR. You know, at this point, am I just turning on my shower or am I peeing? You genuinely don't know. You genuinely don't know. Yvette Dim says, did you wash my hands? Either I washed my hands or it's very cut. Wait, can you see how wet it is? Or it's covered in urine. I like to play that game with people. Like, well, you're welcome to guess on my behalf. Toycat, do you see my tips as Miss Swazzy? I love my kid and even enjoy his company. He loves Minecraft just like me, but I find others' kids to be horrible. Yeah, I feel like I'd be I feel like if I did have children, I don't have children, and that is how it be. I think I'd be the same way. Like, it's It's definitely got to be cute to like have this human being that's like yours, right? You know, we say owning human beings is wrong, but like we structure society in a way that like it's, you definitely own your children. Even if not officially, that's like how it practically works. I should have played an ad while there was nothing going on stream. That's why I should cover up my P's in future. I'm sorry, internet. I'll play it now, and then we can just pretend we did it on time, okay? The Bucks Fizz ran out, and I'm sad. Whew. Are you still gonna make that end glass floor? Says Cancer Attitude. I want to do a I've been putting off this video forever. Actually, I want to do a I want to like try it for my creative like things you shouldn't do in survival video first, and then if it like looks any good, I want to like take it further. Did not expect this as a title. You know what? I just want to destroy my end. Okay, it's all I want to do. So again, no offense, you're talking like you've taken acid or something, lol. To the best of my knowledge, I have never taken acid. I can promise you that right now. I don't know if I'd talk about it if I did, but like I wouldn't lie directly about it. Speaking of dessert, next time you're in the US or some parts of the world, I highly recommend a crumble cookie. They change flavors every week. A crumble cookie changes flavors every week. Crumble cookies. Is it a, like, do you get them, like, I'm confused at the concept. These look really good. Oh, man. These look really good. So how does it work? I'm confused still. I'm looking and I'm not getting, it all looks so good. Sorry, I need to get better at just showing the things I'm looking at on screen. Okay, so this is, Toycat shows you crumble cookies. Okay, we're good. Need cookies like now. Reese chip. Oh, you can't see half the cookies. I like this one as a maraschino cherry, but you can't see it. Now you can see it. Maple cinnamon roll. And then they got ice cream and like, I don't know, something about this like 2 ice creams on like a tub of ice cream is just intensely appealing to me. Lemon poppy seed sounds terrible though. Chocolate cake though. Chocolate ice cream? Ugh. Chocolate cake sounds appealing again. Buckeye brownie. Oh god. Not my thing though. Anyway, so back to Minecraft. I'm always like incredibly paranoid. A website's gonna be like, here's your location. And it's like, why is this a feature that websites get to have, you know? They make 4 flavors every week and they change every week. They always have chocolate chip and sugar cookie. Like, is it only delivery? I'm so confused at like how it works, you know? Like, what's the distribution method for this cookie? How do I get my hands on one? Because again, I feel like New York is very far from Utah. Don't know my American geography that well, of course. I mean, I definitely don't have any knowledge of geography. Don't show me food I shall not eat. Yeah, I feel like I could be a very good hype man for food. Like, have you considered food? I bet you haven't. It's good. I every now and then I try to describe my relationship with food. Food is like genuinely like the second reason I'm alive. Actually, maybe the first reason I'm alive. Honestly, yeah, like the thing that gets me excited about going somewhere, like I'm going to Mexico, you better believe I'm eating some, not only some good Mexican food, but some, there's like a lot of American food there too, that I have not been exposed to in, 6 months because of current thing in the world. Oh, there's a Dairy Queen. I threw up for so long, so badly, last time I had one of their large blizzards. Guess who's having one anyway? They have in-person stores and I think they ship them across country as well. They have an app. The most mind-blowing thing to me, this is like, again, I like to share my I'm dumb stories because hopefully it makes you realize, if you have a similar one, that we're all dumb for thinking all sorts of things. But like, I never really understood how apartments got things delivered before. Like, if you deliver an Amazon package to an apartment, how does the Amazon guy get there? He doesn't have the gate code. He doesn't have the, right? And if he can just get there, if you just give the Amazon guy the gate code, what's the point of having a gate code, right? You feel me? So like, to get to my apartment in Vegas, You had to go through a gate with a key code. You had to go for with a key card. There was no code. You had to have a fob or something. Then there was a gate with a number on it, and then it was like 2 flights of store. It was like a long way after that, and it was kind of hard to get there. Anyway, so like I just didn't understand how it would get delivered, and it's just like, yeah, they worked that out apparently. Delivery guys can just come in. It's like, but if delivery guys can just come in, all you need to do to get into a gated community is like have an Amazon logo on your van. Is that really how it works? Why don't you use a haste beacon, says Mohammed Hagag. Because my haste beacon's over there, and for whatever reason I'm just not using it, okay? You know, don't shame Toy Cat for no beacon usage. You know what this does to me. There's no such thing as a secret from Amazon. I don't know what that means. Anyway, so delivery drivers do have gate codes and cards. They speak to management to get them. But it's like, so every single Amazon delivery driver, because it's not the same guy every day, every single one of them has your gate, like, fob thing just all the time? Is that correct? That seems like it can't be correct. But I mean, like, people say it like it is. So, like, they also have all the key code. Like, and it's like, yeah, I mean, like, I understand the post office having that. That's, like, one organization. But then every single other delivery company also has to have the same thing? Okay. And so they can all get into your... I didn't understand that before I lived in an apartment. Here they are bugged us in, they dial my apartment number and lock the door, and I press 9 to unlock it. See, right, that sounds a lot more painful than, like, right now, I have a door, the Amazon guy knocks, if I'm there, he'll give it to me, if I'm not, he just puts it outside. Like, I didn't understand the equivalent process. What happens if I'm not home? And the answer is, yeah, they just put it outside your door. But it's like, what if someone steals that? And the answer is you trust the people in your apartment building not to steal. And so, yeah, I look forward to getting things delivered to my New York apartment. They picked up with the truck for their routes. But, oh, so, like, they have like, a copy back there, and when you're going to an apartment building, you just have to pick... See, it just seems like a lot of logistical craziness to me. I mean, it makes sense, clearly. It works. I hate when they knock, even though I have a doorbell. Yeah, they're always so aggressive, too, because, like, again, their incentive isn't in, like, not annoying you. Their incentive is getting you to the door as fast as possible, because they get paid per delivery, not per minute spent, most of the time, in the UK at least. All the drivers are contractors, not employees, which is a whole other interesting tangent, right? Like, you know, it's funny, like, even within, oh, we're back to capitalism again. It's funny, so many people see, like, oh yeah, what capitalism is me doing a job for someone and that being, you know, like, but, like, so many employers, like, in America, your employer provides the things that otherwise a government would, you know, like, the health insurance, etc. is the easy example of that. But also, like, oh yeah, if you're sick, we'll still pay you money. You're not doing a job for us, but we're still gonna give you money anyway, because, you know what, we don't want you to die. We're good guys that way. Drivers must go to Amazon to pick up the keys and packages when they go on routes for the day. You should put capitalism in the title at this point. I'm just feeling so sad recently. And I knew it, like, capitalism is just, it's on high tide today, you know? It's on high tide today. So, how about the moon? You guys seen that recently? It's particularly large, I find. It's okay, why aren't you using a beacon? Look, I'm using a beacon. It's not my fault that it's not close enough to me. It's definitely not. In this solo survival world, I am not responsible for that beacon not being close enough. Bigger every day. Exactly. Isn't that crazy? I thought the moon died. The moon landing, huh? You guys ever notice how the moon landing says that it's real, but it's not? Da 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 da. By the way, I think my food's probably mostly here, right? Let's confirm while standing on the edge of the end. It'll be here in... Oh, I just got a phone call. Oh, right. Hi. Hi. Oh, I'll come get it. Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming because, I guess because it's late. This is a new thing. Like, are we just awake too late? You know, my personal pet peeve. That is definitely like... This is definitely what some people want in their life. It's just not what I want in my life. But, like, delivery drivers don't ring the doorbell after a certain time. And it's like, but I want to know you're there. So I can eat my... I mean, in this case, so I can pick up the food, right? Like, I feel bad. They called a couple times. It's like, you can just... You can give it to me. I was just on a very long work call, returned to my desk just in time to take out answer a phone call. Abandoned stream, the food man is here. Fake Moonman conspiracy theories sound a lot like the TikTok theories. No evidence, no research, just a waste of 5 seconds, says Infinite Theorist. Honestly, so much of what theories isn't something interesting to think about. Like, we give each other the information we need to keep having those interesting thoughts. Again, like the intangible thing I'm talking about. Like, when we, I guess we're attracted to stuff like that. Leave it in the delivery notes. That's pretty smart. Ring the doorbell. No, okay, this is that awkward thing, right? I feel like a note like that, if I put it in there, ring the doorbell, it just seems aggressive, right? Thank you. So now this is the Toy Cat Eats His Dessert stream. So I got myself an ice cream. Look at this, see, this is the best bit. You got an ice cream, you got some Ferrero Rochers in there. I'm not even here for the ice cream. I just spent that £8 so I could get this Ferrero Rocher right here. Mmm. Mmm. Thank you, by the way. Mmm. Ferrero Rocher be so good. Why'd you hold the spoon like that? Don't make me self-conscious about how I hold a spoon. £8, says Georgia Ram. Yeah, it has free delivery and, well, not free delivery. 29p if delivery. It has a very low thing. How bad is your diet, man? Honestly, this is... Oh, by the way, sorry. And it is what you're going to build in place of the end island. Oh, this end island, I literally want to have a blank void here. Like, the end island has been annoying me forever. So we're getting rid of it. Yeah, no, ever since the, like, I used to be limited to getting bad food because you'd go out to the place, you'd come back with the food, or you'd eat there, and it would take, like, time from your day. Now I can just eat food that's delivered like it's normal food. And, like, it's actually easier because it means I don't have to grocery shop it's not actually easier, but, like, it feels easier. And, like, it started with the pandemic, and now I can't go back. I've got a dangerous addiction that is objectively terrible for me. But, like, try and tell me this is objectively terrible. Try and tell me... Try and tell me this is not how you do it. Thank you for the ice cream chat. I appreciate it. Anyway, gonna throw that back on there. Toy Cat, are you planning to ever visit Eastern Europe, Romania to be precise? Yeah, Romania's, I have a, it's objectively terrible. This is not how you do it. What's wrong with my spoon holding? There were 2 days that you didn't order food last week. Give yourself credit. Yeah, okay, you know what, chat, thank you Chantel for bringing up my victories. In the last week, I've only ordered food 5 times. I had a 2-day streak where I wasn't ordering food. I was pretty proud of it. I almost made it a 3rd day. But again, it's 11 PM. The dessert place is calling me. It's the only thing open. And I'm like, could a little bit of dessert really harm me so much? Like, the answer is yes. But I don't like to think about it that way. I'm not gonna lie, that is a strange way to hold a spoon. Wait, is this how I actually hold a spoon? Okay, we need to know now. How do I actually... Okay, so this is a big spoon, right? If a spoon's this big, I'm gonna hold it funny. Well, let me show you the size of this spoon. This is too big for a spoon, right? Chat, are your spoons this big? If so, you might be rich. This is a Distinction Deluxe stainless steel spoon. But yeah, I'd say if it was a normal size spoon, which I can't like hold it like it is. I don't know. How do you hold spoons? I don't know anymore. I'm confused. You've broken my heart, chat. See? I don't know how to do basic things. If I can't hold a spoon correctly, why would I ever think that my views on anything are good enough to decide the life and death of others? Right? I think sometimes that's an important place to start. Like, hold spoons correctly first of all, then work out whether capitalism is a just system second, you know? I am a small spoon usually, says Jacqueline Smith. You know, sometimes people don't appreciate that just because the guy's the bigger person in the relationship, that he doesn't want to be held like a small spoon. Don't hold the spoon, be the spoon. Oh god, I don't like that. What is happening to the... Oh god, it's... oh. What's that? You don't like the way I hold spoons, chat? If only there was some way I could make this better. Do you like the way I'm holding it now? Do you like me being the big spoon now? Because I am. That's what I am. Together we make one collective. This is delightfully shiny. Now I am the king of... You're gonna tell me how to hold a spoon? Is this really what you're gonna do, internet? Oh no, not today. My spoon is too big, says Rents. Thank you, Rents, for maybe the innuendo. It's objectively terrible, but you don't think it is due to emotions and taste, which isn't objective. I think that is an interesting thing about the word objective. People use the word objective to mean not objective now. It's like literally doesn't mean literally anymore. It's literally not that word. What a throwback. I think I'm gonna throw this away when I move. So I'm leaving the UK in, oh god, 6 days now. Oh god, really? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I've got 5 days left in the UK. When I get... I'm so geeked out, it's been so long. When I get back, I need to move, like, ASAP, because I'll have a house, and therefore I'll own 2 houses and be paying 2 mortgages, which is terrifying, and don't think about it too much. I am then going to have to... Also, what a throwback. Thank you, Alejandro. So I have to throw away a lot of stuff, because when you're moving house, it's a great opportunity to... Why would you move something you don't need? And like, this spoon costume does take up an ugly corner of my office. When's the last stream, says Cancerous Attitude. Not to put him on the spot, but I intend to stream with someone on Sunday. You probably know who it is, but I won't say it so they're not put on the spot. Orange Square 2. Toycat, you could sell the spoon costume. Chat, does anyone live in the London area and want to buy a spoon costume? Hit me up. I will sell it to you with a great discount. Or, not a great discount, but I'll sign it. You can pay for my dangerous ice cream habit. That has to be uncomfortable to wear. No, I mean, I think that's pretty comfortable. I'm pretty used to being a big spoon, so don't worry. It's all good. What do you mean you don't need this? it just doesn't come up very often. My good sir, why do you have this? Why do you not have a spoon? That's all I'm saying. Yes, please, as long as the spoon is soiled, says Jeff Watkins. Oh no, I don't like this. I'll buy the spoon outfit. How much pound? 20 pounds, because that's one note. There you go. I'll sign it for you. Great. Look at that. I just transacted some business, internet. That's how you do it. That's how you make it work. Why are you destroying your end? I'll destroy your end. Am I right? I'm gonna switch from this pickaxe now back to the efficiency 5 just to enjoy the efficiency that it comes with. And let's... Yeah, we made some serious progress, like, sticking. Like, it's funny, because usually we, like, kind of mess around. Today, just by sticking to going in an order, I think we made so much more progress. Or at least it looks like more progress. We're, like, 10 layers from finishing now. But it's going to get much bigger. I might miss the last streams. IPX Toy Cat says Cancerous Attitude. Don't do this to me, Cancerous Attitude. You can't betray me this way. And now on the catwalk, IBX Toy Spoon. Will you sign the note or the spoon? There's probably like a piece of... Wait, let me look around this. There's probably a piece of like paper on this somewhere. I'm feeling around for it right now. I'm groping the spoon. Oh yeah. Look how sensually I am being spooned. Apparently there's no label on this. I guess I'd have to like sign the front of it. Maybe the back. Yeah, you wanna have the back, don't you really? You don't want to ruin the spoon with Toy Cat. We call the long spoons dessert spoons, so at least it was used for the correct purpose. But not held correctly. What are you doing, step spoon? Where does one get a spoon costume? There's a store near me that's always going out of business. That sells costumes. And by always going out of business, I mean always lying about going out of business. See, this is why I have trust issues. You know, I'm just saying, like, I have real bad trust issues, and I would like everyone to know that it's capitalism's fault. And I don't know how you would disagree with that. Just got here, and I'm very confused, says Ballistic Cats. I would like to let you know that it's all okay now. Your Big Spoon internet friend is here for you. You still selling that? Hit me up on Twitter. Tell me where about in London. Tell me if you can be in the Hyde Park area. I wanna tame some parakeets on Friday again, because there's just wild parakeets in London. It's pretty wild, and we can't trust corporations. Who can we trust? Yeah, that's good. I like that. 10 out of 10. And the Toy Cat ran away with the spoon. What's similar between food and dark humor? Oh, insert people in country that is malnourished don't get either of them. That's the joke. I know it. I'm funny. Sometimes you'll just go with Africa if you're not big on your geography, I guess. Took out. Would you like to visit Romania if Corona is ever going to be over? Yeah, I'm totally going to. My plan is to go to Bucharest at some point. I want to get there by train actually, but like Eastern Europe sucks when it comes to train connections. I want to just take a variety of train journeys, or maybe fly out and take trains to get back to the UK. Now that sounds, you know, chat. Tell me what sounds more interesting, because again, I like flying too much. Like I guess let's say for the sake of videos, but also for your own personal life. Would you rather fly somewhere and then take an intricate series of like trains, buses, connections to get back, or would you rather like go on an adventure and then fly back? Because I'm definitely on the second side of that. But maybe I'm wrong. Who knows for sure? I don't know for sure. Be careful, Toy Cat. Trains suck. Now Europe is going through like a phase of night trains because they're trying to like make people not fly places. And night flight trains sound terrible because I don't sleep very well, but I want to believe they can work. Flights back make it feel like the adventure's ending too fast. I hate flying, so it would always be the train. People who don't like flying, it's like, you know, the great thing about flying is you don't have to hate it for long. You're on there for 3 hours if you're going to the edge of Europe, and then it's over. Do you want to go to the other side of the world? Do you want to go to New Zealand? It's a day of flying. Actually, let's just say Singapore. Singapore is a 14-hour flight away from London, or 28 days of trains. I know what I'm picking. Even if the flight was like hell, like which one are you choosing? You know, adventure and fly back because you'll be tired by the end of the trip. And I did when next-gen consoles get RTX on Bedrock. It's one of those sad, like, yeah, I think Microsoft might have been overly optimistic when they promised those things again. Maybe we were lied to buy some pretty consoles. I picked 28 Days of Train Slow. You'd see so much on the way. I mean, I guess if you live in a world where you have infinite time, definitely the 28-day train. Like, I would love to do that 28-day train journey, even as someone who loves flying. But also, I know that like I'd rather spend 28 days doing interesting things rather than traveling to interesting things. At bare minimum, you know, you'd travel. Even if I had unlimited time, I'd take the train one way and then fly back, you know, or something like that. I just joined in. May I ask what you're wearing? I'm not wearing anything. I am a giant spoon, sir. Keldeo Star. I don't know how you can see this any other way. Have you heard Microsoft's buying Discord? I've heard it's a rumor. I didn't know it was truth. I guess everything is a rumor until it's truth, isn't it? And Amtrak Ryan sounds like fun. Yeah, America's one of the few countries that hasn't shut anything down. So it might be a fun way to get. Like, I want to go to Vegas. Actually, I don't think they even have. I want to go to a few places. Trying to take the trains there might be a wacky way to do it. That's a good idea. I despise travel. I get homesick really fast as I block plays games. I'd say being homesick is a great way to appreciate where you live and what you have in a way that we don't often. Changing your environment makes you appreciate your environment. I know so much more about what I like for having tried things that I don't like. And that sounds wrong. And maybe it is, but it do be that way. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Send me a tweet if you live in London, can be in the centre. Let's say Kensington area in on Friday, and buy this spoon off me. I would love it if you could do that. I would enjoy that a lot. We'll start a bidding war if too many people reply, but I'm assuming one guy is gonna send a message, and we'll get rid of it. It'll be great. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. My ice cream is melting, and I need to enjoy it. You know, that's just how life be. Oh god, I think I got some ice cream on the. I'll clean it before I give it to you, Mr. Spoon Person. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for choosing to spend any of your time with me in Snap. You know, it's times like this that we realize that you have many choices today. Thank you for choosing IBX Toy Cat. And if you didn't watch my update video, don't watch it. It's not very good. What you might enjoy watching instead, though, is I don't know. I make other videos. I've made over 5,000. It's got to be over 6,000 by now, right? Actually, how many videos have I made? I've made over 5,500 videos, and if you would like to find some of those, you can, if you want. And if you don't want to find those videos, you know, I don't blame you. There's a lot of there's too many things to watch anyway. Am I right? Tomorrow, I'm gonna finish mining this entire island. It's gonna be finished tomorrow, so come watch it. Unless you don't believe in watching things, in which case I won't see you tomorrow. Yeah, look at that. Look how tiny it is now. It's so close to gone. I'm excited. And you know what? You're witnessing. Oh no, 3 blocks of being finished. That is tragic. But yeah, I've got 4 more end chests, 4 more shulker boxes, and I'm gonna make this delightful there. But I'll see you there. Bye. It's good ice cream.